Oh shit, we're live. How's it going, everybody? Trying a little something different today because my camera broke. So I'm using all my technologies right now. I got my phone and my computer going. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I had to get everything set up there. A little bit different format tonight. No guests, just me and you guys having a little intimate conversation about what's going on in my life right now, which is a little bit crazy. So we'll get into that here in a minute. But I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope that you're not too disappointed that I'm not doing late night with Honda tonight. Although I might have a drink and a smoke while we're sitting here talking because you know how we do. But yeah, any questions that you guys have out there, just give an at e Honda, and I will try to get to those. And as always, super chats are welcome but not necessary, and I do appreciate those in advance. Okay, so yeah, what's going on? The other day, sitting in my room, just chilling out, doing my thing, and the guy who owns the house comes down. And mind you, I've lived here like 7 years, something like that. Yeah, two Hondas. Yeah, I've lived here a really long time, and the reason that I've lived here in a house in the situation that I live in is because the rent in Denver has been insane. And getting a house in a basement is a lot different. I mean, excuse me, a lot cheaper than renting a one bedroom apartment and paying all the bills associated with it and stuff like that. Because one bedroom apartments in the Denver metro area were going for like 12 to 1400 not that long ago. Which, I mean, technically, while I was working and all that stuff, I could have afforded, but I wouldn't have made it through the COVID shutdown. I certainly wouldn't have made it through like the 4 months or whatever it was that it took unemployment to finally get me a check. You know, like I would have been screwed. But yeah, I have to move out. The guy, he's selling the house, and he has to do it because of COVID and the money that he lost over that period of time, and entropy on the house, and things going wrong that need to get fixed that he doesn't have money for, and can't fucking can't get the money together to fix, and can't get a loan or anybody to help him out with, and all that shit. So he has to sell it. And I thought I was screwed, man. Like, honestly, he fucking told me that shit, and my heart fucking sunk because I was paying significantly less than $1,200-$1,400 a month for everything to live here. And I hadn't looked into it for I wouldn't say a long time, but it's been, about a year since I was looking at a place potentially to move into. And yeah, it was like $1,200 then. Well, they've come down quite a bit in price. I've found out more recently. I mean, they're still not cheap. It's not cheap to live in an apartment in Denver. But when they were at 1,200, now you can find them for like 9. I'm like, screw it, man. Like, we're doing it. So I'm looking at one bedroom apartments. I haven't signed any leases or anything like that yet. I haven't gone too far into it, but I've looked at some different options, and it's actually pretty exciting, man. Like, I'm looking at a place that I wouldn't even have to take the kids in a car to go to school. They could just walk. So that would be great, dude. Like, honestly, like, that would save me hours and hours a week of driving and bullshit and gas money, and that's worth something right there, and but it also got me thinking, like, okay, now I got to condense everything that I have into a one bedroom apartment. And having lived here for 6 years or whatever it's been, yeah, it's there's a lot of shit that I have to go through to get out of this place. And the one saving grace, though, is, so let me skip ahead a little bit. He told me the other day that he was selling it. He had a dude come by and look at the place like a day later, and dude bought it on the spot. Like, he's one of those house flipper people, and You know, like whatever the price is, let me know. I'll fucking figure it out and I'm going to make money. You know, he's one of those guys. So he bought the place already. We have till the end of next month to get out. So I've got a little bit more than a month, like 6 weeks. And as part of flipping the house, they have to like gut the inside of it because there's so much wrong with this fucking place, dude. Like, I don't know. I could go into it, but there's a lot of shit wrong with this place, and they're gonna have to get a roll-off dumpster to take care of everything. So he's like, yeah, like whatever trash or shit you leave behind is fine because we have to get rid of everything anyway, so it's no big deal. So that makes moving actually a lot simpler, man. I just got to go through my shit and pick out the things I want. We don't have to clean, like we don't have to do shit. So that's pretty nice, but I don't know, man. Moving's always a bitch, and it's been like 6-7 years since the last time I had to move, so I kind of feel a little bit older this time. You know what I mean? Like the prospect of moving heavy shit for an 8-hour period of time doesn't really sound that much fun. Yeah, Red Rider says, hence the low rent. Trance says it's only Honda and Honda. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Red Rider said YouTube garage sale. No, we were thinking about doing, because like there is so much shit that I'm not taking with me. Like the kids have their entire childhood of Nerf guns, because that was one thing that I would always get. Like we were at the store, they did something good, they helped me clean, they did whatever. I'd buy them a Nerf gun, you know, because they love Nerf guns. Well, I've got like 100 Nerf guns sitting over there now, and I'm not taking all of them with me to the new apartment. I'm gonna be like, yo, pick out like the 2 you want best, and we're selling the rest. So we're gonna do a big ass yard sale here before we move. How are there 2 of me? Well, my camera's fucked up. My phone doesn't have a good mic, so I figured I would go on the computer with my computer mic and have the camera off my phone so that you can see me, because I'm doing a live chat by myself, and otherwise it's just this Honda thing holding a AK-47 and a cookie, and that's not always the best. But yeah, I was looking at like cool ways to save space, right? Because 2 kids and myself in a 1-bedroom apartment is cramped unless you do it right, unless you have a plan, unless you're gonna, you know. So I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna have like my office, you know, this thing that I'm on right now. I'm gonna move that to the bedroom, and my bed in the bedroom, and my shit in the closet. Like the bedroom, little fucking tiny bedroom, is gonna be mine, and I got to figure out that space. And for the kids, I was thinking bunk beds. But they're big enough now, like they need a full-size bed. Like a twin bed isn't really big enough for a teenage boy. You know, you need at least a full-size bed. So here, let me screen share this. I was just shopping on Amazon. So then I was thinking, ooh, full-size bunk beds, right? Get a set of 2 bunks, you know, like 2 beds, and they're both full size, so that's good enough for both of them. And then you can kind of have that in like one corner of the living room, and then both of the kids have their computers and their stuff too, so that would be in another corner, or, you know, but then that would take up the entire living room, right? So I was thinking this, check this out. Instead of bunk beds, loft beds. So they each get their own full-size loft bed, like full-size bed, and then set up their computer and shit underneath it and stuff like that. And like that they'll each have their own area. They'll have like half of the living room each, and this will allow them to condense both their sleeping area and their computer area into one spot. And I don't know. It would be a little bit more to do it this way, because the full-size bunk bed was like $300 to buy the frame for it, versus these are $230 each. So it'd be a little bit more. But I don't know. I got to talk to the kids and see what they want to do. But I also wanted to see what you guys thought, because maybe you have some experience. Maybe you know a way to get something cheap. I don't know. Maybe you got to hook up in Colorado. Oh, we're going back to the old school tonight, too. I haven't smoked in a while, and I feel like smoking because all I've been doing is vaping. I've been getting like these weird fucking like canker sores that don't go away for a couple of days, and I think it's because of all the vaping. Like the vape gets in the, like you like bite your cheek a little bit, and then the vape gets in it, and it like fucks it up, and then you keep vaping, and then it keeps getting fucked up, and then like 5 days later, you're like, why do I still have this canker sore? Maybe smoking is good for you. I don't know. Red Rider saying, look on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I actually sold my car on there in like a day. It took like 12 hours to sell a car on Facebook Marketplace. The guy showed up and gave me money and shit was done. And yeah. Oh, and the other thing, we're all getting new mattresses too, because the bed that one of the kids is sleeping on is not mine. It's like a, whatchamacallit, where you convert it from a sofa to a bed. Futon. Yeah, he's got a futon that the owner of the house has. That's where he sleeps. And then the other kid sleeps in my bed, which I've had forever. So I really need a new bed, and the fucking the kids need new beds. So that's something that part of moving I have to do. Like it's not an option. It's like this or sleep on the floor, I guess. Roy Munson says, you got herpes from vaping? I guess so, man. I got the vape herp. Cheers, mates. It is weird when you do nothing but vape. It kind of tastes like shit. Yeah. Jason J says, I had pneumonia for 3 months while I was vaping several years ago. See, I think that depending on the vape juice and the company and the brand and everything, I think that they haven't all been tested enough. I think that the delivery mechanisms and everything that goes along with it could probably use a little bit more research before they sell it to people, because I think there are problems like giving you pneumonia, or I think I've heard the term popcorn lung. Like, I don't want that. That sounds terrible. Popcorn lung. Like, I don't know. Urswell says, where's everyone at? Dude, we're doing a solo chat tonight. Read the description. Read the description. It's all there. Rinse canker sore with hydrogen peroxide. Get them to heal faster. Yeah, I usually just do a shit ton of mouthwash, like 5 times a day, and I brush my teeth. Look, they're so white you can't even see them. Oh, Dick Goes in you says he didn't get herpes from vaping. He's just saying vaping irritates his pre-existing herpes. It's true. I don't know, man. But it's been kind of a roller coaster ride this last week, man. Like, I found out about that, and I instantly went to like, fuck, man, I'm going to have to pay $1,200 a month, or I'm going to have to find some other weird situation where I'm living in some person's basement that I don't really know because I found them online, and now I got to like explain my gun situation to some. Like, no, dude, I want to get an apartment, but that's going to be too much. Oh, maybe it won't. It'll be a lot. Like, it'll be more expensive than where I'm living, but it won't be too much. It'll be actually doable with working at where I'm working and stuff. I'm actually doing okay enough and stuff, so things are going pretty well, I guess. I mean, Jesus Christ, compared to some people out there. I don't know, where are you guys at? Have you been driving around your towns lately? You seen all the fucking homeless people everywhere? Because there's a lot of homeless people fucking everywhere. And Why is the rent come down from like $300? It went down 25% in the last couple of months, I think, is when it happened. Why did it go down 25%? Oh, because so many people are fucking delinquent on their mortgage, not their mortgage, but their rent, and they're not catching up, and people are moving out and no one's moving in, and no one's wanting to sign a lease for $1,200 when they're not making any money at all. And so these places are just sitting on the market, and they finally were like, well, fuck it, we gotta down the price. So I guess it's kind of a blessing that this shit didn't happen a couple of months ago with my roommate, because then I would have been signing a lease for $1,200 and spending, $4,000 in a year more than I had to. Dwayne Christensen says, so no gun talk? Question mark? No, dude, we can talk about guns. We can talk about, this is a one-on-one chat. This is just me answering questions and talking about what I'm going through right now, because I'm going through some shit and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I don't know, like Matt couldn't come to the chat and Angry couldn't come to the chat, and it would have just been me and Ray Ray. And I don't know, like I'd already had it set in my mind when Ray Ray jumped in that I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do a chat by myself. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to do this every week. This isn't going to be an every week thing. This is just kind of a one-off. Like, we're doing it tonight because I wanted to do a chat for you guys. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging and just do my thing. 19 Cohiba 75 says, how's the Dogecoin? Dude, the Dogecoin is doing good, but I suck at it because I keep trying to do this thing where I'm like, well, if you just buy it when it goes down and sell it when it goes up, you'll make more money. So I buy it when it goes down. Check. I sell it when it starts to go up because I get nervous because I'm like, okay, like I made like $40, right? It's gone up and I made $40, but I think it's going to go back down. So if I sell it right now, then when it goes back down, I can buy it and then I'll have $40 more to buy it with. So I'll have more Dogecoin. So when it goes back up, I'll make even more. Well, I'll like sell it and then it just keeps going up and up and up and up. So yeah, it kind of sucks. I'm not losing money, but I'm not making as much money as I should be with the Dogecoin. Men of Tupperware says, homeless is only going to get worse the longer we go. That's a scary thought, man. That's a scary thought. And then here's another thought too. Like, think about the dudes like us, out there who, you work your butt off, you got a normal job, you pay your bills, do your thing, and you've got a couple of guns and some cool stuff that you have because you worked hard. And now you ran into some hard times. What's the wife going to say when the kids are hungry and you've got guns that you can sell for money? Just saying, man. Russ Brenner says, I used to feel sorry for homeless people, but now that I'm in my 40s, I feel like you made a lot of terrible decisions in your life. Yeah, I honestly most of the time agree with you, but I think we're coming into a period of time where that might not be the case anymore, where circumstantially things stacked up against you and now you're homeless. And it's possibly your fault, like possibly you could have done more, but within reason, you did a lot and you probably shouldn't be, like any other period of time you wouldn't have been homeless, is what I'm saying. Erstwhile says, get ready to get owned on your taxes if you're day trading a lot, LOL. No, it just means you have like a big ass fucking tax sheet. It shows like, oh, you bought and you sold and you bought and you sold and you bought and you sold and you bought and you sold. Yeah, that might happen. I don't know. I was talking to my buddy about it, and he was like, not the same buddy, this dude I work with, because he uses Robinhood and he uses like Skytrade, and I don't know. He's got like all these different apps and shit that he uses, and he's got a couple $100 in each of them. And then we were talking about taxes. Like, I just did my taxes the other day so that hopefully I can get that $1,400 extra, because I got to claim a kid this year, which is actually pretty amazing. It's the first time ever. But yeah, I just did my taxes. We're talking about it, and he was like, I haven't done my taxes because of that. Like, it's too complicated. I've got like 5 different W-1050s or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is. I'm not a tax dude. Don't ask me. Squibloader says, Virginia is moving toward legalizing pot. I like how the state is moving more liberal, but I fear that a lot of issues Colorado faced after legalization will move here. Well, here's the thing, man. A lot of the issues that Colorado faced post-legalization were a result of the fact that we were the first ones to do it. Like, there were, I forget, it was like 7-8 years running, something like that. There were 10,000 people per month moving to the Denver metro area with nothing but a pipe and a dream. I'm sure some of them had more, but they wanted to come here and smoke weed, and they had enough money to like drive their shitbox car out here or whatever. And then their plan was to like find a job and then get an apartment and then figure it out. And guess what? Like, all of these people, that's why the fucking apartments are so goddamn expensive. Because in 2000, like 9, 10, something like that, I had an apartment for, $800 a month, which isn't cheap, but that's not terrible. $800 a month is doable. And then the next time I was going to sign my lease, it went up to 900. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then the next time I went to sign my lease, it was 1,000 and I couldn't pay it. And I got evicted because I fell behind on my bills because they were so high and I wasn't making enough money at that time. And I would have been homeless if I didn't have like friends and shit, like I think that's the main issue with those homeless people. They're just dicks. You never see a handsome homeless. I think that's the real issue. Matthias says, my cousin moved to Colorado because of weed. See, there you go. Case end point. And now people like your cousin are like, oh man, it's hard to live in Denver because the cops crack down on other shit. Like, yeah, you can smoke weed here, but try speeding. Good luck. Leonardo Vu says, I remember when apartments were $600 for a 1-bedroom. I had an apartment for $600 for a 1-bedroom back in the day. I remember when my oldest sister moved out, and she came home, and we were talking one time when I was a kid, and she was bitching about the rent that she had to pay. It was like $380 or $400 a month. And at the time I was like, oh man, $400, that's a lot. But now I'm like, God, I wish I could have that. Like, seriously. Oh, the one cool thing though I found out, like, I didn't know how much. Like, I've been living in a house for so long, like, just here's the money for the rent and the utilities and everything. Like, thanks for taking care of that. How much internet costs, and I was wondering how much it costs in your areas, because you can get, and it's not the fastest internet. I think it's 20 or 25 megs for $20 a month in Colorado. That is insanely cheap, I thought. But you get like TV channels and shit with it too that are through your computer that you can like access their internet, like CBS and stuff like that. I forget what it is. I was looking at it the other day, but for $20, dude, that's a fucking killer screaming deal. And that's a lot cheaper than I was thinking. And then the other thing about these apartments is usually the water, gas, all that stuff is included in the price, or it's like a small charge extra that you pay per month, which is different than it used to be. And then you just pay your electric bill. So I don't know. The whole thing's adding up to a little bit less money than I thought it was going to be initially. So yeah, I was very apprehensive at first, and now I'm like feeling a lot better about moving. It's going to be nice having my own place again. I haven't had my own apartment for years. I can set up a studio however I want. I won't have to have like other people's shit, like this dresser isn't even mine. It came with the room. Like, I'm hit. Oh shit! Squibloader says, "This sucks, man." I'm hitting some lean times and going through my guns, which to keep and which ones are heading to the chopping block. Which guns would you keep or never get rid of? Oh man. Well, I would never get rid of my AK because it's my AK and I will never get rid of it. It was the first rifle I ever bought. So I really can't get rid of it, right? Because it's your first rifle. I would really, 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 really like to keep my AR-15, my cool tricked out one. And then I'd want a full-size handgun, so probably my Canic, and a concealable handgun, and that's negotiable. And then the rest of them can go. So, like 12 guns I could sell before I was like, fuck. I don't know. Like, I like my shotguns too, though. I wouldn't want to sell my shotguns. Erstwhile says, how much do you need to make a year to live decently in Denver? Depends on your definition of living decently, I guess. But how much do you need to make in order to pay the bills and not worry about money constantly and still eat? Probably about 35, 36 a year, like $3,000 a month. Because you could do it on $2,000 a month, but oh shit, I have a dental problem, or oh shit, my car broke, or oh shit, something happened, you know? Now you're going to be like really, and you know, like 24,000, you could probably figure it out, but you're riding that fucking line of being homeless, you know? Falling through the cracks. And that's like now. That's with the adjusted prices of not $1,200 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. Oh, you want a studio? Well, that's 11. Like, it's not much less. Yeah, and I've also noticed like the 3 and 4 bedroom places haven't really gone down that much, but the 1 bedrooms have. So I think that's a factor. Something's going on, man. Everyone's moving back. Yeah, Leonardo Vu says 40 to 50 to live comfortably. I'd say yeah, probably at least 36, probably 40 would be better. 50 would be ideal. Not ideal, but then I would actually agree. If you're making 50 in Colorado, you're actually doing okay. But like compared to I don't know, West Virginia where you can buy a house for $10,000, you know, I could buy 5 houses a year. Just start renting them out for $100 a month, a hundy. Oh, I got my haircut. I needed it. I was looking a little rough. I'm working a lot, man. Work. It's good for you, though. It's good to work. It's good for your soul. I was looking at this thing with Jordan Peterson. He was talking with the artist who did the artwork for his most recent book that's just being published now. And there was this picture that kind of struck me that out of all of the pictures that they were looking at, and it was a picture of a man. It was Atlas, right? Holding up the world. And he's got the world on his shoulders, and that's a figurative gesture towards men upholding the responsibilities of their lives. And in the background, there's women frolicking and playing. And the point of the picture, I think, that I liked was the women are only able to frolic and play because the men are holding up the world. So, and that's the way it should be. So, yeah, I like carrying my load. We're pack animals, man. That's what we're made to do. You ever see like that old guy who works his whole life, 70 years old, finally retires. 1 year later, he's dead because he just sat down in front of the couch. It happens. Erstwhile says, have you thought about leaving Colorado? Yeah, I would, man. And probably in a couple of years, like once the kids are out of high school and they want to do what they want to do, and it probably won't involve me as much, then yeah, I might move to. I've been thinking Texas or Oklahoma or Utah or shit like Wyoming. I don't care, man. Just somewhere where I can go and there's outside and cool people and more freedom, less bullshit, probably less money, but figure that out when I get there. Squibloader says, my shit need a brick. Wait, my truck shit a brick, sorry. And I need to get some scratch together. At least I'm forced to sell. The market's pretty good. 357 mag is 380 at my LGS. $3.80 at my LGS. Yeah, man, it's a guns are turning out to be a pretty goddamn good investment. I always called it my white trash savings program because over the years when I'd have, a couple extra $100 and I saw something cool that I wanted, I'd buy it. And then I, as long as it worked, I kept it. And I still have it. It's back there. And if shit ever went down, I got to sell it. Like most of them have held their value at least. Damn, dude. Tara says my bills are usually $5,000 per month. So the first $60,000 per year goes to pay bills. I make good money. So does my wife. I grew up dirt poor. I enjoy myself now. Worked hard for it. That's good. That's crazy. And that's what fucked my roommate, dude. The guy who owns the house. It's because he's got like real estate license and investment portfolio manager license and all these other, and like all of those licenses have upkeep fees that go with them. So he was paying something like, I don't know, $9,000 a month, $6,000 a month just for his licenses. And he was barely making enough through this COVID thing to pay for that. And then I've been paying my bills to him, but other people in the house haven't. So he's been behind on that. And then some shit went wrong with the house. And yeah, dude. Erstwhile says, oh, if you need a cheap lot in Texas, I can hook you up. I got land all over. All right, man. It would be cool. Like, this is a dream. This is a dream. You find a rural lot. I'm thinking somewhere around 10 acres of land. And fucking make a road to it and fucking get some electricity to it somehow, however you do that, and build a log cabin if you need to start off with, and eventually have a house or put a trailer there, then build a house and have a piece of land and a house that you own. Like, that would be amazing. That's something I've never had. Like, I grew up in a house. My parents had a house, but I personally have never in my life owned anything that big or that expensive. And I want to, man. That's a dream. I want to have a place and be able to rest there and relax and know that it's mine. And, you guys know what I'm saying. Like, kill a deer on it? Come on. Ghost Shadow says, can you imagine if Honda tried to build a house? See, the thing about houses is it's not a lot of metal work. That's where I have the issues. Like drilling and tapping, metal work stuff. Like working with wood. Yeah, make your jokes. Working with wood, I know what I'm doing. Like I've done it enough to where I can figure it out if I don't know exactly. And it usually isn't janky looking. So that being said, I probably, compared to like an actual professional carpenter, yeah, you're right. But I would get help. I'd be like, subscribers, come come build Honda's house for him. I'll buy pizza. Yeah, plumbing and electrical is the other thing that sucks about have like building a house in the middle of nowhere. Like, how are you going to figure that out? I don't fucking know. There's answers, but they aren't cheap. They're not cheap at all. Tara says my house was 58,000 when I bought it 20 years ago. It's about 180 now, but too many subdivisions are being built. I want to live where neighbors can't be seen again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'd like to have like two neighbors. Like if I shoot a 50 BMG in my backyard, I want two people to hear it. You know? But then it would suck if like one of them's a Karen. Like no more 50 BMG. I don't even have a 50 BMG. I need a 50 BMG now. Do any of you guys have 50 BMG? Anybody out there? It's so goddamn expensive to get into. I thought about getting one of those. They make the single shot bolt action upper for an AR lower. And I thought about getting that, but then I was thinking like, oh man, that thing's gonna fucking hurt to shoot. Like a little light ass AR lower, and then you put a 50 BMG upper with a bolt that doesn't move. Like, oof. Yep, Grumpy Shih Tzu says property is always a good investment. That is very true. And that's the other reason that I wish that I'd got into it years ago, because I don't know, like I was old enough, and if I had just like had my shit together and I was able to, and I'd just done it, I could have bought a house 10 years ago, you know, and it would have been affordable compared to today. It sounded like a lot of money at the time and a lot of fucking hassle. And do I really want to own a place and be tied to it and stuff like that? And at a younger age, you know, that seemed like an issue. And actually 10 years ago, there was like other extenuating circumstances that had to do with what was going on in my life that prevented that. So you'd also have to mitigate that to some extent to actually consider this happening. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just wish that I had my shit together enough 10 years ago to make it happen, because it would have been a great investment. Goshetta says, look at the Discord Gay Frog chat. All right, let's look at it. Discord. Oh, shit. Built this house. That's pretty nice, man. That's a lot of work building a house. We built an addition onto the back of my house when I was a kid, which is why I wouldn't be too opposed to attempting to do something like this, because we basically did everything from the foundation up except for the plumbing and the electrical. Like, we had a plumbing guy come in and run the plumbing where the plumbing needed to go, and we had an electrical dude come in and run wires where wires needed to go, because that shit's complicated and there's codes and stuff, and you don't want to fuck it up and burn your house down because you did it wrong and all that stuff. And yeah, fucking other than that, we did the whole thing. Like, we did the foundation, we did the framing, we did the roofing, insulation, siding, paint, everything. So I do know how to do it. Leonardo Vu says, I live in the Littleton area. It's a nice part of town to live in. What area are you moving to? Well, I'm basically on the edge of Littleton right now, and I'm trying to move to like basically the middle of Littleton. Right in the middle of it. Even though there's a lot of homeless people around in that area. Yeah. I'm not worried about it. I'm not some weakly little girl that's going to get targeted and have something happen. You know, I carry a gun, so someone homeless fucking with me and my kids is going to get dealt with. Patriot in the Dark says, don't worry, you're going to make it. You're going to make it with Dogecoin. Doug Coin. I was reading this thing that if you put $3 a day into Bitcoin for the past 10 years, you could buy a house right now. $3 a day. That's not very much. Watch for the kids if they're walking alone. And that's the other thing is like they'd be walking like this one place, dude, is like so close to their school that they wouldn't even have to cross a road to walk to school. Like they'd cross a creek and then walk across the baseball field and they're at school, right? And that's the one I'm actually really hoping that works out because there was 2 apartments in that building and there was one that was on the 2nd floor and there was one that was on the 5th floor. If the one on the 2nd floor is taken by the time I am there looking at it, which will be this week, then I can't do the 5th floor. There's no fucking way I'm living on the 5th floor of anything, you know. I don't know if you ever do that. Like 3rd floor sucks sometimes because you're like, I worked and my legs hurt and my knee hurts and my ankle hurts and I'm tired and I just drove my car home and now I'm home. Now I have to walk up 3 flights of what the fuck? I'm paying for this? Ghost Shadow says it took a couple of years to clear the land, then a couple to build the house. Did it all, even built the septic system over 100 miles out of Anchorage, no permits required. That's badass. That's the thing about Alaska, man. It's the fucking frontier. Like, if you're really looking to do what I was talking about and you're not a pussy like me, you go to fucking Alaska. Yeah, I just called myself a pussy. Whatever. I don't care. What are you going to do about it? $3 a day doesn't sound like much, but that's $90 a month. Okay, think about it this way. Okay, $90 a month. So that's $1,000 a year for 10 years. That's $10,000. Can you buy a $300,000 house for $10,000? You can put a down payment, maybe. I don't know. Keep the kids away from the creek could otherwise be known as the homeless bath. I think that this problem's going to get worse, man. Honestly, the more time that goes by, the more people that are going to be destitute. And like, yeah, you get your little $1,400 pittance payment and you're good for another month, but then you're like fucked again, you know? And people are going to be tighter with their money, so there's going to be less money circulating around, so there's going to be less jobs for people to have, so there's going to be more people who fit into the category of homeless and jobless and destitute, which is only going to make things worse. It's a downward spiral we're in, and I don't know how to interrupt it. It feels like the end, and I wasn't there, obviously, but it feels like you would think the end of the Roman Empire felt. Like when they were in the death throes, but before the fucking Visigoths were at the gates, knocking things down and fucking shit up. Okay, Ghost Shadow says, winter 2010 cost me $11,000 for heating oil. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's about as much as rent's going to cost for a year to live here. Maybe it's that's why it's the frontier still, because no one wants to pay $11,000 a year for heating oil. Patriot in the Dark says, if you do go to Alaska, do not try living in an abandoned van or eating. Wait, where did it go? Or eating that weird plant that looks like an edible one, like the edible one. What? I don't know what that's a reference to. I'm lost. Oh, do you guys want to see outside? See, this is the other cool part about having the phone. Hold on. Let's see the Colorado Blizzard live. Everyone was freaking out. Look. There's like 4 inches of snow. It's no big deal at all. And there's nobody. This is Saturday night. There's nobody on the roads. This is what happens when the media has nothing to talk about. And they're like, oh, there's a storm coming. There's a storm coming. It's a storm like you've never stormed before. The storm to end all storms. 40 inches overnight. Sorry, plug in the headphones, otherwise you get reverberation and it fucks everything up. You don't want that. Yeah. I'm freaking out, man. Squibloader says, hard times are coming. I think that U.S. households will become more multi-generational like the Great Depression. Get good at securing your own food and power. I mean, that's kind of how I've been living for a while now, is like the Mexicans did back in 2000, where, you know, we would make fun of them because there was 5 of them living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And now it's like, genius. Think of all the money we could save. Raw Feeding dropped in a couple of bucks. Says, where are you moving, man? I got to find an apartment. Again, we already went over all this, but my roommate had to sell the house, and I just found out about it this week that I have to move. So I don't know. It was kind of a shock at first, but I think it's going to be a good thing. I think that having my own place is long overdue, and hopefully it doesn't cost too much by the time I'm get all the bills in every month. You know, we'll find out. It'll be good though. It'll be fine. Indian guys live like 10 to a home. I mean, if you can stand living around that many people, I don't know. But then they take all their money and they send it back home, is what they do, right? And they just like work as hard as they can and save. And they send it all back to like their mom or whatever. And then they do it for like 10 years. And they move back and then they just retire. Like, that's it. 10 years of this and then they can go chill forever. Not a bad deal, because I've been working more than 10 years. I'd like to chill forever now. Although, going back to what I was saying earlier, man, we are pack animals. We start chilling forever. Forever gets used up pretty quick. Patriot says, a 4-inch snowstorm is horrible if you're only a half-inch tall. Yeah, like they were saying 40 inches of snow. They were saying it was going to start on Saturday. Or on Friday. Friday night came and went, no snow. Saturday morning came and went, no snow. We're into Saturday night. It's finally snowing. And if you look at the news, they're like, oh my God, look out, it's going to snow forever. And like there was this thing on Twitter, like, hold on, let me pull this up. It was funny. Like 9 News. This one. Like, oh, this is what it looks like to drive right now. Oh, look how bad it is. Oh. I don't know. If you think that's bad, you live in Florida. I don't know. I commented on it. Some blizzard. Anyway. Oh, damn. Ooh, Arsenal Sam 75 Bulgarian AK CHF CL barrel, cold hammer forged milled receiver, ambi safety, side folding stock, $1,900. Holy dick! Holy fuck, dude! AKs are goddamn expensive. Glad I bought mine when it was like $500. Okay, here you go. So they're like, oh no, it's getting worse now. Yeah, there's like 3 inches of snow on the ground. Why are you posting this on Twitter? Is this really that interesting? Apparently it is, because I'm watching it. You got me. There better be an accident. Nope, there was no accident. All right, fine. Audie, whoever the fuck you are from AGI TV. All right, guys. Well, yeah, it's going to be a shorter show anyway. Just a one-on-one chat with you. I figured I'd tell you about what's going on. Mission accomplished there. Tell you about the plans for the future. I don't know. What do you guys think about the loft bed idea? Anyone have a better idea than loft beds? I'm thinking loft beds everywhere. I might even do a loft bed for myself. I'll do 3 loft beds. That way there's tons of room for activities. So many activities. X Adam 1 says, I came here for an hour. I worked my day around it. Like, you worked your day around watching this show and you're upset because I've only gone for an hour? Is that what you're saying? If so, I'm sorry. X Adam 1 says, might sound ridiculous, but have you thought about a trailer home? If it was in Colorado and there were areas where you could park a trailer and have it there for cheap, and it was actually a viable option, and I didn't feel like, what was the cousin from Christmas Vacation? What's his name? Damn it, I can't remember it. Whatever his name was. You know, the guy with the fucking, and then he brought all of his kids, and he emptied the septic tank into the storm drain. Eddie! No one wants to be Cousin Eddie, and I would feel a lot like Cousin Eddie. Erstwhile says they have triple bunk beds. Y'all could be like sardines. I looked at that and I was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like, I can't sit up and I could barely roll over. Oh, Ghost Shadow says, look in Discord again. Middle of the night in winter, lake is frozen and not that dark. November 22nd, 2007 or 17. It's beautiful, man. I'm fucking cold though. That's my problem. The older I get, the more I want to like move south, not north. David Ramirez says no triple bunks. That's jailhouse life. Yeah, dude, I like the loft beds because the way I'm thinking about it, like, I have a computer, and both of my kids have a computer and a desk and setup and all that stuff, and they're gonna want to have it in the new place, just like the old place. Loft bed. And then you put the loft bed over the computer. You're taking up the same footprint as the computer that was already going to be there anyway. And now we have all the room for activities. Oh, it's 2007, not 17. Sorry, my bad. One thing many people are not aware of, the sewer is a totally different system than the storm drains. That is very true. Leonardo Vu says, Gay Frog chat tomorrow. Yes, indubitably. I think we might do another Honda headlines open chat, free chat about conspiracies and such, whatever you guys want to bring up. And again, if you guys have a article or something that you want me to look at, or something going on, or whatever it is, go to the Discord, drop it in there. So I look at it not every day constantly, but I look at it often enough to, if you post something there, I see it. Erstwhile says, I think you should get some 2x4s and build those loft beds and document it for our enjoyment. Yeah, but I want it to look nice, is the thing. I also don't want anyone to die. Alaska has the highest per capita alcoholism, but less than 700,000 in the entire state. What happens when there are more moose than people? Orgy? I don't know. Jesus. Oh, also, post things in the sanatorium. We need stuff like this that's going to freak Duke out. Anything with aliens, alien faces, alien stuff, sneaky aliens. Duke gets freaked out, and I like freaking Duke out, and it's a lot of fun. And if you post stuff there, you can be part of the fun. So please do that. Yeah, I need a drink. Hold on. Fuck it, we'll keep going another little bit. As long as you guys keep talking to me. Unscrupulous Rapscallion says, do occupancy laws allow an adult and 2 kids to live in a 1-bedroom? I've done it before. No one said anything to me then. Didn't even come up. Like, I don't know, maybe things have changed, but when I was signing the lease at the place, I was like, yeah, it's me and the 2 kids. And they're like, well, are they going to be here every day? And I was like, nope. And they're like, it's fine then. So maybe that's it. If they were permanent residents, like they were there 7 days a week, maybe that's the deal. But they're not, so. Erstwhile also makes a good point. Who cares about occupancy laws? Touche. Touche, good sir. Cheers again. What does moose taste like? Is it good? Or is it just like okay? Like, I don't know, like bison is really good. Like I love buffalo meat, but it has like no fat on it. It's got like a weird kind of distinct taste, kind of like beef but gamey almost, if that makes sense. I wonder what moose tastes like. Squibletter says, going fishing in the bay later. I wish I could have a house on the water. The ocean terrifies me, but it also, like, I love the ocean. I want to go there. Like, every time I'm near the ocean, I want to see it. Deegan Ream says, what are some good 22 mag rounds? Is Hornady critical defense really what is cracked up to be? I don't have any 22 mag. I was thinking about getting, for my next gun, the Heritage Rough Rider Barkeep, and then getting the 22 mag cylinder for it. And then you got a 22 mag short barreled single action cowboy gun. And I think that's fucking cool. And yes, Matt stole that idea from me, by the way, in case you guys want to know. Matt did steal the idea for him getting a barkeep. Came because I thought it was cool, and now he stole it. So I got to get it first now. So he stole it from me. Although he did want a 686 before I even thought about it. So there's that too. Erstwhile says, I bet it's going to be really fun assembling whatever beds you get. Yeah, I was thinking about actually going to IKEA too. Like, you just order shit off of Amazon's one way, but you don't really get to see the quality of anything. Like sometimes those bunk beds, loft bed things are solid and good, and there's nothing wrong with them. And other times it feels like they're made out of like pipe sheet metal that'll bend as soon as you sneeze. Leonardo Vu says post office is hiring. They start at $18 an hour and some overtime. That's not bad. 18's not enough though for me. Like, if I was gonna look at a different job, it's got to be like 20, 25, probably 25. Minimum wage should be $20 an hour. Here's the thing though. I disagree with minimum wage in principle. I think that as an employee or as a worker or even a business owner, especially as a business owner, the money that you make is provided by the service that you're doing. So if you can provide a service that's worth $2 an hour to an employer, then they should pay you $2 an hour. If you can provide a service that an employer is going to pay you $30 an hour to do, then they should pay you $30 an hour. And there shouldn't be any government intervention one way or another whatsoever. And you might say, like, oh, well, Honda, that means that people will only make $1 an hour. Okay, what's better? A person never gets into the job market ever because they're never able to provide $15 an hour worth of service to any employer ever, anywhere, and then just sits on the unemployment market and unemployed forever, and then government tit, and yeah, we all have to pay for them. Or they start a job at $2 an hour, and then within a year, they're making 10. And then a year later, they're making 12. And then a year later, they're making 15, And then pretty soon, they're actually making a good amount of money because they know how to do something that's worth something to someone who has money and is willing to pay for it. That's the problem with minimum wage, is you disclude people from the market completely. And yeah, it sucks to stack up at the bottom, and a lot of people do, man. That's the thing about being at the bottom, is like zero is a hard place to be. But $0 to $15 an hour, like, there's a gap there. How do you fill that gap? It's not by having the government come in and mandate shit. Anyway, minimum wage should be low. Can't have minimum wage jobs that allow you to be able to buy a house and take a 2-week vacation every year. That's the thing, though, is like a minimum wage job was never supposed to be a job that you like raise your family on. Like, it was always thought, traditionally, I thought, that if you're working a minimum wage job just starting off, that you're just starting off. You don't know anything yet. You don't have the responsibility. You're living in your mom's basement or whatever. Like, you're going to college and you're learning something and you have a job on the side. Not fucking, oh, I have to raise my children and pay the mortgage with my minimum wage job that I will only work 38 hours a week. No more, no less. Yeah, it's an entry fucking level job, and you work your way up from there. And that's the thing, man. You like, the higher you make that entry level job pay, the higher you make the bar for a person to get into the job market, the more people you don't have in the job market. Dick goes in, he says, here's my idea. Dentists make a lot of money, so we should just become dentists so we can all have a bunch of money. There, they call me the problem solver. That's like saying, like, I want to be taller, right? I want to be taller than I am. And people who are in the NBA are tall. So all I have to do is make myself in the NBA, and then I can be tall. Just play basketball, and I'll be taller. Like, one doesn't become the other. Like, there's a lot of people who played basketball who weren't very tall, who never made it to the NBA. One doesn't equate to the other. There's not causation. Ah, the dentist. That's a scary place, man. I wouldn't want to go to, like, you ever been to the dental school? That is a scary fucking proposition. Because I had to have a, what do you call it, a root canal? A root canal done on a tooth, and I didn't have money to do it. And you can go to the dental school and pay $200, and they'll do whatever needs done to a tooth for $200. And the $200 isn't to pay anybody, and it's not for any of the equipment that they use. It's for the insurance in case they fuck up. I later found out. Yeah. Don't get a root canal at a dental school. That's my advice. That's how you end up missing a tooth. Look, can't see it. It's hard to see. David Ramirez says, my sister was in dental school and used me as a test prop. Never again. Fuck that. Well, the thing was, like, I was going there for one tooth, right? But I needed to see a dentist for my entire mouth too. And when you pay the $200, it's just for that one tooth. And they're like, well, you already paid the $200, so you can see someone about your whole mouth too if you want, right? And I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm already coming here for my tooth. I might as well get my whole mouth good to go. Like, let's do it, guys. And I sat down with this lady for 10 minutes. And I decided that I would never, ever go back to that particular lady for anything dental related again. It only took 10 minutes. I was complaining that I had a cavity, and she said that all I needed to do was remineralize it with toothpaste. Like, she didn't want to drill into it and do anything because it was scary to her. But if you just brush your teeth enough. Okay. Beer. Gun Library Garrett says, are you going to stay consistent with your chats through your move or maybe miss a week or two? I might miss a chat or two, but I'm not going to miss a week or two. It just depends. Like, ideally, the way that I want to do it is, like, I want to find a place right now. I want to sign the lease right now and get everything set so I know what I'm doing, so I don't have it fucking looming over my head anymore. But I want to have it overlap because we have till the end of next month. So I want to set up, like, hey, in 1 month from now. So I've got 2 weeks to move. So I could just start taking carloads of shit over and, like, order stuff off Amazon or go to fucking IKEA or whatever and pick stuff up and maybe go over there one night and just spend a night fucking, like, miss a chat on a Monday or something, right? Like when Matt's doing his Monday chat. And just set up IKEA shit for 6 hours after the kids get off of school. And then, lock the door and come back home. And then the next day, do this and that. And then pretty soon you're at the point where you pretty much have it set up. And then it's just a matter of grabbing the last of the shit that you want to keep. And that's the thing, man. There's a lot of shit I don't think I want to keep moving out of here. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And that's the one cool thing is moving out of here is the guy who bought it's going to clean out everything because he's got to strip a whole bunch of shit out of this house to redo it because they're flipping it. So anything we leave behind, who cares? Is what I was told. You just leave it and it's fine. So yeah, that's nice. I don't have to figure out a bunch of trash and shit and what do I do with it all. Dick Goes India says, I got paid $100 once to let a dental hygienist student clean my teeth. It was a pretty good deal. Yeah, that's not the way it works here. Go Shadow says, got hired for a job at Safeway unloading trucks. After union dues and fees, I would bring home under $4 per day. What? That wouldn't even pay gas to get to work. Got fired that day for refusing to pay union dues and fees. Yeah, I don't really trust the unions, man, because they're always set up by people who came before you and have a suit and a nice car and they got a gold ring and blah blah blah. Like that motherfucker, you know the fucking archetype. You know the dude, the big fat fucking Italian motherfucking greasy ass little bitch fucking face fucker that's just smiling in your face and fucking you in the ass. That fucking guy? Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust him one bit, man. Let my money be my money. Let my choice be my choice. If I don't want to work somewhere, I'll quit. I'll find something else. If, you know, like, I don't know. Unions were a good thing when there were like Irish people dying in fucking coal mines in West Virginia by the hundreds because there was no fucking safety standards and no one cared about them. Or when there were like thousands of Chinese people being buried along with the railroads as they were laying them because there were so many of them dying on the job sites because they weren't fed enough and shit sucks so bad for them. You know, like that kind of stuff. I get, but we're in 2021. Nothing even remotely like that exists. I mean, kind of, I guess, in a way, but not really. Not anything on that level. Shaw Carter says Tony Soprano. Deegan Reeves says Joe Pesci. Man of Tupperware says Andrew Cuomo. Leonardo Vu says, I understand the value of services, but want people to just have a living wage working a 40-hour week job. But it's inflation that keeps fucking that, man. Because you're like, oh, well, you want it to be, okay, $15 an hour. Let's give everyone $15 an hour. Now everyone gets $15 an hour. Now a can of fucking Dole orange juice is like $8, you know? Okay, $15 an hour isn't enough. We need 25. Okay, 25. Now everyone's got 25. Okay, now your fucking cheeseburger at McDonald's is $28. It takes you an hour, a little bit more because you got to pay tax on it to fucking make enough to get your cheeseburger at McDonald's. Okay, so that's not enough now. Now we need like 40. We need $45 an hour. We need $50 an hour now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem with it. You're chasing this thing that shouldn't, like, yes, I agree that people should be able to work a 40-hour work week and make enough. But if you're working for a minimum wage job, you need to do something to improve your situation. It's not incumbent upon the society in which you live to improve the situation. Improve yourself, man. Fucking look inside, look at what you can do, work harder, fucking learn something, and do better, and show up to work 15 minutes early and leave 15 minutes late. And then pretty soon they're going to be like, hey, that guy deserves to be a manager. That guy deserves a raise, whatever it is. And you're not making minimum wage anymore. And now you can actually fucking afford something. And no one had to hand it to you. Sorry. Mini rant. And beer's good too. It's nice when you can. Dude, these are $1.50. $1.50 tall boy. And Keystone Ice, 5.9% alcohol. I don't know how they keep it cold so the shit lives longer and makes more alcohol. I like it. Tupperware says we just need better quality jobs and make made in America for 90% of what it's made in China currently. Well, go back to the 80s, dude. when they were like, well, we don't even want these manufacturing jobs. 90s, more than 90s, early 2000s, when we were just like, well, we don't have to make it here. We can make it in India for cheap. We don't have to make it here. We can make it in China for cheap. We don't have to make it here. Taiwan makes it for fucking basically nothing. And then you just pay for the import. You pay for the fuel for the boats to bring it over. And these companies on paper are like, oh, look at all of the profit that we made because we shut down our plant here. So we don't have to pay all of these dues and things and money and people and yada, yada, yada. We just pay for the end product that shows up on a boat, and it's less than the product that we were producing after all was said and done anyway. So it makes perfect sense. Yeah, well, then all those jobs go away, and all the jobs that supported those jobs go away. And then you times that by 1,000, probably 10,000 across the country. And now you're like, oh, we just need to bring those jobs back. Like, dude, those jobs are gone. That ship sailed. Like, the only thing you can do about those jobs to bring them back, in my opinion, is to levy, what's the import tax? Damn it. Trump was talking about doing it. I can't remember the word. Sorry, I'm tired. You make it so that every time the boat comes in, they pay you a bunch of money. Right. And so you make it expensive enough for those products to be made elsewhere and brought here to the point where it makes sense to make them here because you can make them here cheaper and pay someone here to do it. But what that does, and everyone gets mad about it, is, well, the consumer right now suffers because the immediate cost of the product will go up immediately. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. That's the result of the decisions you made 20 years ago, not the result of the medicine you need to fix it. Bradley Turner. Hey, I'm drinking the Stone as well. $6 for a 6-pack. All tall boys. Wow. Yeah, these are 2 for $3 at the store by me. And I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. Yep. But you chug one of these, dude. I feel pretty good after I chug like a long night at work. Finally get home, you sit down, your back hurts, your legs hurt. Crack open a Keystone Tall Boy. It's a better night. It's a better night after that, boys. David Ramirez says, I've only had 4 beers this year, cutting weight, lost 12 pounds already, haven't worked out one day. I think you should probably work out like 4 days a week, and then you can drink all the beer you want. $15-pack of Natty Light for $10. Well, okay, Natty Ice, I agree with. Natty Light, I don't. Because the difference is 0.9% alcohol. David Ramirez says, LOL, F that. Dude, the more you do, the more you can do. Just make yourself do it like a half an hour a day, 4 days a week. That's 2 hours a week, dude. And then come back in a month and tell me, fuck that again. Keystone tastes like cold sweat socks, though. That's true. It doesn't taste great, but it does get the job done. Unscrupulous Rapscallion says the jobs that did stay were changed from high-paying jobs like shipping, packing, and lunchroom people, went from being employees, benefits, working subcontractors for less, no benefits. And then what's the other thing that they did? Oh, yeah. Hey, okay, so when I was in high school, I remember senior year of high school, they were like, if you're smart, you're going to be a computer programmer. Everyone's going to be a computer programmer. You're going to learn how to program damn computer, boy. Right? And a bunch of people that I went to school for computer programming and went through the whole process, got their red hat, all that shit like that, and did well with it for a while. until these companies realized they could just bring in foreign workers from India or whatever that were trained to do basically the same thing for a third of the money. And I forget it's like some weird visa that you can bring someone in as, and they can work for a company. And that's why when you call like AT&T or whoever, it's like, oh, hello, how are you today? I am not racist. I am just doing a voice, so you cannot make fun of me. See, unscrupulous. I was a programmer for 30 years. What do you do now? Do you make any money programming now? I'm sure people do. I'm not saying you don't. But I'm saying it's a different market now than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, especially 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago, you were like king of the castle. You were fucking Borat, dude. Now you're just some, another dude who knows how to do it anyway. I wonder what's going to happen next, though. Because it seems like there's a whole plan of things moving forward. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like that. And they've got, it's like they hit you once and they hit you again, and the next punch is coming. But is it a hook? Is it a jab? Is it an uppercut? I don't know. What's the next hit? What's the next punch coming? Unscrupulous Rapscallion says, I fix computers over the internet now. The company I work for advertised for programmers in Bangalore, not Maine. Fucking India. I know, dude. It's annoying as fuck. Because they know that they can pay those dudes nothing. Like, they get paid fucking pennies on the dollar of what they would pay an American to do the same job. Does anyone else notice when Biden talks, he, like, slurs his words like you're drunk? And it's really kind of hard to listen to. It's weird. And he tries to slow down and not do it, and he still does it. Like, if I slow down, even when I'm drunk, I cannot slur my words. I can still enunciate each syllable of every word correctly, and it's not a problem. But if your body just kind of put things together, even though you got to put the medical field is always secure positions. God damn it, Biden. I don't know. I always wish that I could do a fucking Trump impression, and I was never able to like come up with a good Trump impression. And Biden's the same way. I can't do a Biden impression. David Ramirez says, but you're not senile. Maybe that's the main difference. Maybe I need to get higher. If I get higher and drunker, then we can be like Biden. We'll do our Biden impression by the end of this. Give the old man a break. I thought his dog gave his foot a break. Remember that shit? Can you do an impression of anyone? Mainly just like different cross sections of the society, let's say. Not a particular person. Artabu says, looking into CNC machinist and manufacturing trade, 9-month program. You can get a job, $50K fresh out of school, $70K with advanced level CNC certification. In demand trade now. Would anyone buy anything that I CNC machined? That's my question. It's weird smoking weed, dude. It tastes like shit. Deegan says he would buy lowers that I machined. Fair. I have done a few of them. I'm not going to say where they are now. Then why smoke it? Well, I usually vape it is the thing. I've got my Volcano, and it doesn't smoke it. It vapes it. Like, it heats it up and doesn't fucking actually make it smoke. And so you taste, it's weird. You taste like the essence of the plant as well as the THC. But when you smoke it, you're tasting like the fucking butane, you know, like got the fire and shit in it. And when you smoke all the time, it just tastes normal. But when you vape all the time and then you smoke occasionally, it's weird. Gunlight Garrett says, my conspiracy is Biden's live speech on Thursday was actually recorded and played live after a few tries. When zoomed in and out, when they zoomed in and out, it was actually empty. He was in empty. I don't know how to fucking end that sentence. I don't know what to do with that. He was empty. There we go. I heard that. I didn't see it. Let's see if we can find it. It's not live. Really? Fact check. I don't want the fact checks. I want a video. Dude, there's got to be a video where it's just like it shows the end of it, right? Yeah, I'm not finding it right now. It's very compelling for the chat. Sorry. I like Lauren Boebert, though. She's my bitch. I got to go to her restaurant. She got a restaurant up in Rifle, Colorado. It's a bit of a drive from where I'm at, but all the waitresses wear open carry cowboy gun. Guy that comments says the only words that Handler slurs are racial slurs. It's not funny. I didn't laugh at that. I was laughing at this thing on the other screen that you can't see. Oh, my hair's sticking up. Look at that. Tennessee Gun Guy said, I would love to try some weed, but my employer randomly selects personnel for testing, and I always get tested every month. Do you look like you're high all the time? Is that what it is? Dude, I used to work for this company that did random testing. We knew about it, and my buddy who got me the job told me about it, and we smoked weed together all the time. And I was like, well, what do? You can go to a head shop and buy synthetic urine. And it's not actually urine that you're carrying around in your pocket every day, although it looks like urine. It's not. It's just the color of urine, and it has the things in it that they test for to make sure that it is, in fact, urine, because they test that, and they also test for whatever they're testing for. So it's got the things that they test for that they need to test for, and it doesn't have the things in it that will make a positive test. And I may or may not have gotten out of a sticky situation with a jar of fake urine in my pocket one day. Ghost Shadow says, picked up a PSE Nova compound bow with 20 carbon fiber arrows for $50. Pissed off wife sale. She made her husband sell all 5 of his bows. That's awesome. Fucking wives, man. Why do they do that to you? Just let if you need money, it's one thing. Pissed off? Come on. Get over it or leave them. Leave them. That's the other thing. If it's that bad, selling the bows isn't going to fix it. They're still going to have the problem, but now he's pissed off too. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I think I am going to shut it down. It's been kind of a different experience talking to you one-on-one and without everybody fucking interrupting me constantly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Got like 70 people watching right now, so apparently it wasn't terrible, but you know. We'll be back tomorrow night, full of the gay frog chat. Gonna do a little bit of Hondler's headlines and talk about all the things that we normally talk about and go from there. Hold on. Deacon Ream says, I heard if you take all of your ID pictures while you're high, you look you look like a normal guy. That might be true. That might be true. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night. Hope you guys have a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out. Free the Tiger King. Carol Baskin is in fact a bitch. Why are we still talking about that? I don't know. Good night.